Hello, and welcome to my Let's Play of Rabbids Go Home for the Nintendo Wii. That's enough of that, I think. So, one last reminder for those of you who are coming from Crash Bandicoot. This is the intermediary Let's Play in between Crash Bandicoot 1 and 2. I don't want to do the whole series in a row. So this is basically a break for me while I focus on Crash 2 in the background. Also, you need a nunchuck to play. And joining me as always is my good friend Petey Precious Roy.
Howdy.
So this is a weird game to describe. I guess technically speaking, it's a 3D collectathon. But even then, that's not really right. But it is very much on the Wii though. This is a very Wii game.
What I've seen of anything Rabbids is an acid trip, so...
Yeah, this is very different from other Rabbids games as well. There are two basic opinions. Either this is the best Rabbids game, or it is the only good Rabbids game. Both of those opinions are valid. It at least gives you multiple save slots. That's nice.
Yeah.
So this is a Wii game, definitely uses motion controls, and before we start, I think we should just do some calibration, make sure the gyro meters are working here. Okay, nunchuck's good. Hold on a second. We might have an issue with the Wii remote. That's not supposed to happen. Hey, how'd you get in there? So this is one of the main mechanics. There is a rabbit who is living inside your Wii remote, and you shake the Wii remote around to interact with him. It is never not satisfying to do this.
This is a hilarious way to make the speaker on the Wiimote worthwhile.
It's not just the speaker, there's other stuff as well.
Oh, I'm looking forward to this.
I guess I should address this here. There's a lot of screen tearing, both in the full motion video and in-game. This game was not well programmed, so finding thumbnails for this game is going to be a nightmare, because almost every frame has some sort of screen tearing in it. I just wanted to make sure, clarify that this is not my recording. This is in-game.
It's the game.
And this is the plot of the game. The Rabbids are very interested in the moon for some reason, and they decide that they want to build a huge pile of stuff in order to get to the moon so they can sleep forever on the moon.
So kind of Katamari Damacy.
I mean, it seems like an apt comparison, but not so much when we actually get to the gameplay. I like they have that one connection to Rayman that everyone just wants to sleep.
I can't help but notice that they're wearing underwear.
So, welcome to the gameplay. Basically, the goal is to collect things. You know, there have been some, the cliche comparisons where game journalists will compare a character who has bad controls to controlling a shopping cart. This is just a logical conclusion.
Actually controlling a shopping cart.
Yes,
yeah.
we are actually controlling a shopping cart. Every surface in the game has some kind of frictionless aspect to it as a result. These pylons here are part of what are called XS, or extra small stuff. They're the main form of collectible in this game. And in this tutorial level, we gotta collect 50 feet of excess stuff. For whatever reason, usually it correlates 1 foot per object, but that's not always consistent.
Okay.
And as was previously mentioned in the tutorial, you could also hold down the A button to accelerate, and this has a lot of impact on the slipperiness of your controls. Basically, you need to accelerate and decelerate at the right times in order to maintain a relatively straight line.
So you need 50 before you can dump your cart as well.
Yeah, in this level, we need a minimum of 50. Also, sometimes there are special cutscenes when you pick up certain items. Yeah. One thing I have criticized the Rabbids for in the past is that their humor relies on scope. Like it's the number of Rabbids that are coming screaming at you. But the number of Rabbids in this game is very limited, and they just focus on the interaction between a handful of Rabbids. It makes their comedy a lot better.
Little tighter comedic formation, as it were.
Yeah. I mean, there were only 3 Stooges. There weren't 300. This yellow paint over here, that's basically objective markers of sorts. The game is fairly minimalist when it comes to its UI. I mean, there isn't that much in the way of gameplay variety either. At least when it comes to direct mechanics. But I appreciate this game's charm, its crazy imagination, the comedy in particular. There's a lot of comedy and jokes that you'd expect from like an Animaniacs episode. And also, just generally speaking, the crazy controls and the slipperiness of the controls allow for situations for comedy to naturally occur in the middle of gameplay, as opposed to just scripted jokes, which is what a lot of comedy games do these days. You basically make your own slapstick.
Yeah.
Come on, get back here.
Crab?
Yes.
The elusive junkyard crab.
That rabbit had excellent taste in music. It heard Boney M and immediately changed the station.
That rabbit knows it's being recorded for YouTube.
Yes.
It heard Boney M and immediately changed the station.
Yeah, there is a 0% chance that I won't get a copyright claim at some point in this recording. Or not just recording, but the LP in general. This game makes use of a lot of licensed music, as well as what the game calls the brass band. For our viewers from the southeast portion of Europe called the Balkans, or if you have family from there, you might recognize some of this music. Don't worry, we'll get to that in a later episode.
The only real use for a tuba.
Yeah. You know what? I blame the Skybox artist for this. It was their fault that they made the moon so big and tricked these Rabbids.
It does remind me a little of the environment design from the Telltale Sam & Max games.
Oh yeah, I haven't played this in a long time.
I don't believe this rabbit is actually saying all of this.
Anyway, that looks like a human city. Humans are probably going to live there, so we should put the subtitles on. They might actually be speaking English in there. Collector Rabbids are going to be a recurring thing in this game, and we'll see why. For your convenience at home, I have cut out every other instance of this loading screen. This is about 15 seconds long. It happens far too frequently. I've cut them all out.
But the cartoon break is absolutely worthwhile.
Oh yeah, certainly. So this is our first proper level, and it will follow a structure that is mostly consistent. So the majority of levels have 1,000 feet of stuff in them. There's one big item at the end called an XL or extra large stuff. That is 600 feet. And the rest of the collectibles are, they comprise the other 400 feet of stuff.
That's a lot of items.
Yeah, your minimum score is going to be 600 because you got to pick up the extra large thing just to beat the level. So the Rabbids' infamous scream is weaponized. This is your main form of attack. You shake the Wiimote or the nunchuck, and the Rabbids scream, and things fall apart when they scream. Also, if you listen closely here, you can hear Jefferson Airplane's Somebody to Love in the background. There's a lot of 60s and 70s songs in this game.
That's nice.
Also, another thing this game does, this is one of the first games that I was able to research that has an online photo mode. This game came out in 2009, I think. It's a pretty limited photo mode, but it's still okay. You can take pictures and then you put them onto the Wii message board and send them to your friends.
Does that even still work anymore?
Probably. I like the little disclaimer there. Please do not post too many messages.
Post too many messages.
They knew the Wii online system was broken, and they're just pleading with you. Please don't break it.
Please don't abuse this.
We are not legally liable if you do so. We've also reached a certain, not a plateau, but a certain milestone there, and that was a little present icon. That present icon is for something later. We get gifts depending on how much stuff we collect at each level.
Now, for those of you who are wondering why there was a toilet paper shortage, Rabbids.
Yeah. And also a shortage of robotic remote cars.
I like that they don't care what they steal, they're just taking it.
Oh yeah, that's going to be a recurring thing as well. And here's how combat works. You scream at humans, and you strip them of all their clothes and pick them up.
So wait, you're putting humans on the trash pile too?
No, but you are taking you're taking all their clothes though. And sometimes they like it. There will be other sentient beings that we collect in our pile here, but not humans. I also appreciate that they toned down the intensity of the Rabbids scream, because they knew you'd be using it a lot.
Yeah, because in the earlier Rabbids games, it was loud.
I mean, the original scream does show up a few times, but not in the context of this melee attack. Yep, conveyor belts. There are actually some sections later in the game that make unfortunate use of conveyor belts because of how loose the controls are. I also appreciate that this game is trying to hit 60 frames a second when it can. Doesn't usually accomplish that, but in these smaller sections it'll hit 60.
I mean, it seems mostly fluid even in the open areas.
Playing in the background currently is the song that was in the start of the opening FMV, which I think is Come Away With Me by the Dill Vikings.
Yes, it is.
Don't worry, we will eventually be learning techniques that will make this process of strip shaming the humans much more, much easier. There's also a lot of surprisingly adult humor. Also, this is a dystopian hell, and the Rabbids do not care.
What?
Not for much longer, she won't. Again, if there's a recurring joke in this game, it is, this world is filled with, vicious social satire, and the Rabbids do not fucking care. They just want to get their stuff to go to the moon, goddammit. I guess I should also point out at this point that this game was rated twice in Europe. Originally, it got a rating of PEGI 3. Somehow, until PEGI realized their mistake and bumped the rating up to 7.
And that still seems too young, in my opinion.
Well, the thing is that the violence isn't really gory or intense. It's all comical.
Valid.
And you can't enforce much of a rating system on innuendo alone.
This object is not in place.
This is the Neat Bot. It is one of the most terrifying enemies in video game history. When you are making a mess, which the Rabbids usually are, it will track you down, and if it catches you, well, the game has a health point system. You can see in the bottom left corner. It's basically just regular old health. But in the context of this game, they are ideas, and if the Rabbids run out of ideas, they panic, and then you have to restart from the next checkpoint.
Huh.
Yes, thank you. I just explained that. Who's Let's Playing here, Mr. Rabbid?
Take as many pictures as you like, but don't spam your friends.
And also, there's that third rabbit, the one that we've trapped inside the Wiimote. He serves as like the Starbits from Mario Galaxy, basically. He serves the same purpose, stuns enemies and whatnot.
I can't get over the fact that they're wearing different pairs of underwear. Like, all the main ones are wearing different underwear.
That is the default look. We will gain a surprising amount of customization options later on for how we want to dress our Rabbids and how we want them to look. So this is this level's extra large piece. This is the announcer that we've been hearing throughout the whole level. I appreciate her dedication to staying in character even when she's being kidnapped by crazy rabbits.
So you don't deposit that, you have to... Oh my god.
Well, we do deposit it in a way. Because once we pick up the piece of extra large stuff, we have to carry it to the level goal. It will not always be this straightforward either. Now, this is basically the game just testing us on what we've learned. Those cacti will take away one light bulb from your health. I think, I've already explained about the health and it being ideas.
Yep.
In fact, the traditional Rabbids scream, one of the few places it appears is when you get a game over. Well, down you go. I'm sure it'll fit. Well, okay, popcorn, raw meats, toilet paper, Lego blocks, it looks like. I'm not going to be getting a 100% run of this. It's a nightmare. I'm not going to do it.
Yeah. Everything go down the hole.
Yeah, the whole point of this LP was to be like a casual break in between the Crash games. So no, I'm not doing a 100% run of this.
Right, yeah, don't do that, but like, everything go down the hole.
Yeah, everything goes down the hole. It doesn't matter what it is. And it gets more and more implausible as the game goes on, as you would expect from, the escalation of a comedy game like this.
This is great. This is legitimately like one of the better collectathon games I've ever seen so far.
I don't know if I'd go that far, but it's certainly, I think it's, aside from that one Mario Rabbids XCOM game that I'm not really familiar with at all, this is the one Rabbids game I've played that really, really well captures their essence of insane chaos without being overwhelming.
I completely forgot about Mario and Rabbids in the Mushroom Kingdom.
Yeah, there's a sequel. It either came out or it's about to come out. I don't know. It'll probably be out by the time this video goes up. But next time we will be introduced to more gameplay variety, a hub world, and a completely useless hub world, and more Wiimote functionality. Should be fun.